Alright guys, so here we don't have a call for heat. See, heat's not on. Okay. Go down here, right? And for some reason, when I connect W, it acts like there's a call for heat. You know? So either this board is bad, right? Either this board is bad, because that's a new thermostat. The board just might be bad. Okay, more troubleshooting required. Let me open up that T-stat. Make sure the wiring is good in there. So stand by. All right, guys, here we go. We got all the stuff. I'm about to explain to you what I actually found. This is the second part, the continuation of the previous video. Like I said, I did not expect it to be the thermostat that was bad, because we just installed that 6 months ago. But real quick, what we're gonna need is a meter, thermostat obviously, and we're gonna start with the terminal board or terminal bracket, whatever you want to call it. This is where all your wires go, and I'm just gonna quickly explain to you what these wires mean real quick. Typically, this is like the most typical basic stuff you're gonna find on a thermostat. You know, the reason I'm using this one is because this is similar to the one I had to switch out at that job. Okay, so real quick, real simple. Okay, here we have different color wires, right? We have your red is always going to be power. You have your white, or your W, it's going to be your first heat. You have your, let's start with yellow right there, that's going to be your cooling, first stage. You have your green, right, or your G terminal, which is your fan. And common, I'm using blue, but this one is usually the one that changes. Sometimes it's black, sometimes it's brown, you know, anything they usually do, but typically it's blue. We're gonna use blue. I like blue, so we're gonna use blue. So that's pretty much basic. I'm gonna go in depth on another video on these, but that's pretty much it, right? You close this up. This is supposed to be, right, obviously against the wall. Pretend like there's a wall here. That's how it goes. And then, right, and then you just click this thing right behind it, right, just like so. That's pretty much how it goes. Okay, so this one has batteries, right, but it could also be a common, you know, to keep it on or whatever, but that's for another video. So what I found was, right, I thought it was the board at first, but it wasn't the board. It was actually this guy. Okay, so basically this thermostat is a switch, right? All these terminals, right, they're all just switches, like a light switch on off, right? Every time there's a call for anything. There's the R, right? The R, every time there's a call, let's say there's a call for heat, right? The R acts like a switch. So it's just you're gonna hit a click. Every time you set it for whatever temperature, you're gonna hear like a click, click. And that'll be like an armature clicking to another, you know, like another contact or something. So it's gonna click and power is gonna flow through to the board at the unit. Okay, same thing if there's a call for cool, right? But in cool mode, we're not even talking about cool, so let's not even go over there. We'll do it in another video. But then if there's a call for fan, right, a call for fan, it's gonna be something in there or in here, right? It's just gonna click together, click, you know, and you're gonna hear it say click, you know, and it's gonna just send that power from R, because there's just power waiting at R at all times. R is always hot, okay? There's always 24 volt there, okay? Just like at your light switch, right? When the switch is off, there's always power at the bottom, let's say terminal, correct? And when you flip the switch, it just makes contact with the top terminal and it sends the power to your bulb, to your load, to whatever. So real quick, so that's what's going on here, right? There's always power here, and these are all like little switches, correct? Now this is what I'm about to show you, okay? So we're gonna take the meter real quick, and we're gonna put it, set it to, let's say, ohms, right? I'm gonna set it to ohms. 1, 2 ohms right there, right? And we're gonna make it do a beep. There you go. Right, it's supposed to be in beep mode. It's supposed to be like a little, I don't know, sound something. Anyways, so, and this is what I'm about to show you right now. So, right, ohms. This is telling you that when you read ohms, it's because there's a full path for electricity to go through, right? When it says OL, it just says there's an open load, meaning it's open. Anything like the switch is open or the windings are open when it says OL. Now when it touches, it'll give you either, when the path is complete, it'll give you 0, infinite ohms, or give you whatever the resistance is, right? So real quick, we're going to, this is already set to heat. I don't know if you can see that. Ah, come on, focus. There you go. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Oh my God. Come on. So it's set to heat, but we're gonna turn it off real quick so I can show you what I mean. So it's set to off right now, right? It's off. So we're gonna test these pins in the back. I shouldn't hear any beeps or anything like that, okay? So we're gonna do that right now. So according to this, right, R should be right here, right? This is our R right over here. I hope you can see that, to be honest. We have R, right? And we check in R into it. So R to W, right? Which is R, K, W, which is our 1, 2, 3. So it's the second one after R. That's W right here, right? It's open, right? Because there's no call for heat. It's open, so you're not hearing anything because the switch is open to that terminal, correct? Now, right? Now, watch when I set it to heat. Hold on, I'll get it. You hear that? That clicked. That was what I was looking for. Now, we take that switch, right, from R right here to W, right? R is right here, and W is right. We said R, K, W. So we go to W. You hear that? Right? That means that switch closed. Now we're sending power back to the board for it to turn on my heat, correct? So that's what's going on there, right? Let me show you one more time. We're going to turn it off, right? I'm gonna turn it off real quick. Off. It's off, right? We're gonna check again. We're gonna check again our R to W, right? Nothing. R to W, there's nothing. There's no call for heat because it's off, right? See? Okay. So, do one more time. And you can hear the click, right? Okay. Heat. Hear that click? That's because it's calling for heat. So, we're going to R to W. One more time. There it is. Right? There it is. That's because that switch is closed, and now electricity, there's continuity. Electricity can flow through that switch into my leads, right? So that thermostat, sorry about that. That thermostat had the R to W switch closed. It was stuck closed. I don't know why, but it happens. You know, very rarely happens. But it had R and W just closed. Okay, so that's what was that was why when I disconnected W, right, and then connected it back into the board, it was turning on my induced draft because this was already sending power without being a call for heat because it was stuck closed. Okay, so that's pretty much the way I can put it, the simplest way. Okay, so that's the explanation on what happened on that day, and here's the video.